Okay, so I think we're gonna try and do another live stream here with the SDRplay RSP1A. I did one a few nights ago, and I somehow accidentally deleted the archive on my channel. So I wanted to just try and do another one just so we have it up there. So let's get to it. Let me just get a few things set up here, and we'll get going. Okay, I think we can see everything there. Is that looking good? There we go. Alright, I think that's working. I think that's reasonable anyway. Alright, so like I said before, I just wanted to do this again since I lost the archive of the one that I had on my channel, and figured we'd just kind of go through and do another night listening to the RSP1A, see what we can hear out there. So I think I'm going to start off. The other thing that I've done different this time is I've loaded in the EIBI database so that I've got some reference to listen to here. I don't have a lot of the shortwave stuff memorized, so I thought maybe this would be a good way to look for some frequencies or things to listen to. We could kind of go through this database and see what we see. So let me just unmute the audio here.
Okay, John. Well, thanks for the nice comments.
So hopefully that's
I figured,
audible.
Since
We're just starting off here on the 40-meter ham band, but we'll move around from here and see what happens. Oh, I see Hunter's in there tonight. Good evening. Thanks for stopping in. I wanted to do another one of these live streams with the RSP because I lost the original one. I somehow deleted it. Christmas was good. Thanks for asking. We had a nice, quiet family Christmas. Not too much excitement, so that was good. How about you? I hope yours was good too.
Got a used ICOM 737 radio, and it worked okay, but it's certainly not the
so before I
that the 7300 is. And,
oh, you got an FT70. That's good.
A friend of mine.
That's a nice Christmas present. Santa was good to you, I guess.
He's a good friend.
Just gonna quickly.
Of course, he's also a ham operator. He wanted to buy something.
Take a look here.
Near Akron, Ohio. So I went along with him
And see what we got over here on this website.
These radios set up. I mean, they didn't. DX Engineering didn't have a big showroom, but they had a lot of radios that you could hook up
what do we got?
and actually use, try. We both kind of like.
Well, we might have some pirate activity. I'm going to start there. I always find those interesting. So let's tune down there and see what we get. Oh, I suppose we shouldn't support these guys, but no, that sounds dead to me, at least here. New firefighter radio show. Okay, so you must be on the fire team. Are you a volunteer, or do you get paid for that? Is that your professional job? I know around here most of what we have is volunteer in this neck of the woods. Try 6940. Hams against pirates. Yeah, I'm not hearing either of these guys that are being reported. Okay, just help out. That's alright. Nothing wrong with that. A good friend of mine is thinking about joining the fire department. Volunteer, anyway. Okay, Andrew Murphy. Oh, you're a volunteer, but you still get paid. That's good. I knew a guy that was a volunteer here in one of the adjacent towns at one point. They didn't get paid, but they got a big break on their property taxes, so it was sort of an incentive to join. I don't think my town does that. Otherwise, I might consider it. But yeah. But that's good. I'm glad that you get a little something for being a volunteer. It's a lot of work. It's a big responsibility, and a lot of training involved in that. Hunter says he might become a dispatcher at some point. I know a guy, he's in my radio club that's a dispatcher. He's done it for years and years and years. It was the thing that he wanted to do, and I think he's been doing it 30 or 40 years, something like that now. And he's real good at it, too. Whenever we have an event, when we do like a road race or something like that, he's our net control. He's real good at it. So dispatchers are, that's a good job too if you can get into it, especially if you like fire and radio or police or whatever. So anyway, we're just listening to static here now. Let me tune around a little bit. I got the EIBI database in here finally, and maybe we can find some stations to listen to using this. I don't have a good memory for what's on shortwave or anything like that, so this will maybe help us tune some stuff in. Let's see. Andrew just ordered a SDRplay 2, not the Pro, just the 2. I think you'll enjoy that. That'll be a good unit. I know that one's a little bit better than the one I have. It's got the high impedance port and stuff like that, so you can do a little bit more with that one. You'll like that. Yeah, EIBI. I wasn't familiar with it either. I've just kind of learned about it over the last couple of days. There's this website here. I'm not sure if this is what DE is, if that's Germany or if that's Netherlands or something. But anyway, it's from over there in Europe somewhere. You can see the language is German or something similar to it. But you can download the CSV database and import it right into the RSP. And it gives you all these frequencies. So this guy's always updating it, type of thing. You can build your own database too, or get other ones to import. But this one's probably the biggest one, or at least the biggest one that I know of. So, okay, Germany is DE. That makes sense. That's what I thought it was, but I wasn't sure if it was something else. You never know over there. Okay, yep. Alright, so let's see what we can hear. I'm not hearing anything on this VOA frequency right now. Well, the other thing we can do, you can see here we've got the frequency, but we've also can sort by time. So maybe I ought to do that. We're at about 244 UTC. So maybe we can grab something in that range. Let's see what we got here. Now the nice thing about this is you click on it and it brings you right to the frequency. It changes the mode and everything like that for you. So let's just go through the list here and see. Some of these we're not going to hear. Yeah, Guam. Not going to hear anything out of Guam probably right now. Let's see, what are you guys saying? You got yours for 140 for hand. HRO. I like HRO. They're good. And they ship, quick. I've ordered stuff and gotten it the next day. Those guys are good. DE is not German. It's Dutch. Germany is a part of. Well, yeah, it could have. That's why I was thinking it could have been the Netherlands, separate country, but I don't know. Either way, it's over there somewhere. Okay, so here we go. Now we got something. So I don't know if this is Shanghai radio or not. 52, or yeah. Oh, no, that's a local AM station. Okay. Well, there we go. Now that could be Radio Delhi there. Let's see, what do you guys think? You guys are going quick on me now. Time should work best. Yeah, I agree. Maybe we can find something by time. So this is interesting. Now we got what sounds like some music playing here, but we've also got this sweeping signal under there. I don't know if that's some kind of radar. Yeah. And now all of a sudden I just got wiped out by something. What the heck was that? Huh. It was almost like somebody was nearby with another transmitter. That's interesting. Well, I have a neighbor down the road that's a ham. I suppose he could have keyed up, but yeah, that was an interesting little anomaly there. Anyway, I'm not sure if you guys are hearing this okay or not. Okay, look up on the web for SWL listening. Yeah, can you guys see that? Every once in a while, it sounds like somebody's nearby and getting into my radio here a little bit. That's interesting. So yeah, you can see that pulsing signal. That's got to be some kind of a radar signature. You can see it there and there. You can see it all over the place, actually. But that sounds interesting. There's that signal again, keeps coming in there. That's interesting. I don't think that's a broadcast station, because that would be constant. But I'll turn the filter on anyway, just to see what happens. Yeah, that's got to be some kind of radar, doesn't it? I'm not familiar with my signal signatures or anything, but it seems like it's some kind of a scanning radar. You can see it there, and you can see it in the waterfall over here at regular intervals. So that's pretty interesting. Well, let's click over here and see what this is. Oh boy. Yeah. Now we've got some kind of noise there. This is noise too, I'm sure, or digital. Alright, so I'm going to keep going up here. There's a lot of noise down in that part of the band. Probably not going to hear anything up there right now, but there's an... Oh, what's that one? Okay, we got some Spanish there. I think that's Spanish. That says Delhi, but it doesn't sound Indian. So the other thing that we can do with this, if we have a signal like this that we hear, and it doesn't seem like it's one of these, because we're filtered by time right now and not frequency, we can go over here and do filter by VRX frequency, and we'll get a list of all the stuff that's been listed or been noted on this frequency. So more than likely, we're listening to Havana, Cuba. Even though, let's see, are we out of the time? Yeah. Well, we can scroll down. There's quite a few entries there. Yeah, so that's more than likely what that is. Oh, is that right? They have a... Well, that would make sense if they're broadcasting to Central and Southern America. Very well could be. So if we clear that, will I get back to my list here? Yeah, but it went back to the top. Oops, it's still loading in. Okay. Alright, so we're back here. Oh, my clock keeps changing over there. Yeah, I'm sure you've been probably listening to this longer than I am. I'm just a casual SWL guy. I like the technical side of it more than I do, sit here and listen for hours and hours. But I do enjoy listening from time to time. But I don't memorize all the stations like some guys do. But if you enjoy it, you're going to like the SDRplay. Another thing that you can do with this is you can record stuff too. so you can record it and play it back later, type of thing, right on your hard drive. So if there's a certain broadcast you want to hear, I don't know if you can set a timer or not, but you can at least let it go and it'll record a WAV file. Alright, let's keep going down. Let's see. Oh, so you had a Zenith Transoceanic or Transatlantic. Or Zentha? Is that a Zenith? Is that just mistyped, or is that something else? Let's see. New pirate stations. I'm not sure. We'll have to see if anybody's popped up. Let me look over here. I'll refresh this. People are saying something's on 6950, but I'm not hearing it here. Let's see. Oh, that was before? No, that was earlier. I read the time wrong. Yeah, I read the time wrong on that. That was earlier. We'll keep an eye on that, though. Okay. That's fine. I make typos all the time. I can't type to save my life. And I used to program a little bit. So it's a good thing I had a debugger. Let's see what else we got. A lot of Delhi here. Let's see if we can get an RMI. I'm hearing something there. It's weak though. Let's narrow that up. Yeah, he's there. Let me try something. Whoops. No, he's a little weak. But he's there. He's there. So I'm not sure if I've asked you this before, Andrew, if you were in here before or not, but whereabouts are you located? Yep, this one's on AM right now. Okay, Oklahoma. Crank up the gain. Yeah, you know, the thing is, if you crank it up too much, it doesn't work as good. I found that with these, that you gotta kind of leave it down a little bit. Gotta kind of leave it in the middle. And I've got to change, I changed to low IF sometimes will help. It depends. You can see that now that I've went to low IF, it's bringing a little bit more noise in. You can kind of see there. So I'm going to go back to 0 IF. Yeah, well, you can see what happened there. Like you said, it washes out the waterfall. So I find it works good right around 30 or so. We can play with it a little bit more if we need to. So you're a programmer. Yeah, I did a little bit of, well, mostly scripting for sort of a CAM system type of thing years ago. It was more to automate some processes and interface with manufacturing equipment. I wasn't a real programmer, but I dabbled, did a little bit of that, a little bit of database work, a little bit of IT admin work, all that. I did a little bit of everything, never mastered anything. Just kind of played around with a lot of stuff. So that's RMI, a little bit weak, and we got something funny going on here. You can see that noise floor comes up a little bit and then goes down. It sounds like somebody's nearby on a transmitter. Yeah, you just heard it there. I heard voice peaks, and it's like it's overloading it and then goes away. double major in computer and criminal justice. Wow, that's pretty good. Give you a lot of credit for that. You must have been hitting the books quite a bit. I had Web SDR in the Netherlands. I haven't tried Web SDR. That isn't something I've played with. I don't know if anybody else has, but for me, when I'm playing radio, I like to use my own radios. The internet stuff is cool, but it's, I don't know, it's just not for me. Let's see. Now we've got... Okay, so we've got this naval weather station thing coming in, but I'm hearing what sounds like a time signal in there. But something happened here. Did I mess something up over here? Bring this back down. Huh. Well, maybe we want to leave that on low IF. Yeah, the internet stuff is definitely good if you don't have a radio to fool with. That's what it's good for if you're not home or something like that. I agree with that for sure. But now that I have this stuff, I like to fool with it myself. As far as the other AM thing, I don't think it's an AM station because it seems intermittent. I think it's a nearby ham. I do have a neighbor, he's about a mile away, that it could be him. He could be on the air right now. I thought he usually ran CW, but it's possible he's on the air. Let's see. What else are we going to find here? Anything interesting? I don't think we'll hear that. Well, there's something there, but it's probably not that. Whoops. Okay, I got that kind of quiet again. No, I don't think he's on that frequency. I think he's nearby, and we're just getting splatter, if you know what I mean. You know, he's so overpowering that we're just receiving splatter or an image or a harmonic or something, and that could be what's doing it. It's more raising the noise floor than anything else. Yeah, System Fusion is interesting. They were giving those repeaters away real cheap a couple of years ago, this time of year, or maybe it was last year. And we sort of were thinking about doing a new repeater at my radio club, and I kind of mentioned it to the guys, but they didn't want anything to do with it, so we didn't end up going that route. But it would have been interesting. Let's see. Well, we can check the ham bands if you want. We can go over to, in fact, let's try 160 and see what's going on there. There's usually a group of guys on 1930, and now that I said that, we probably won't hear them tonight. There's somebody there. Let's widen that out a bit. Let's see. Oh, you guys have... Okay, so you have a Wires X node. That's cool. And a UHF repeater. Oh, wow. Okay. Try 1400 flat. We could go there and see what happens. There may not be that much there tonight from here, but we can give it a try. $1,400 flat, upper sideband, not much there. Let's bring the bass there a little bit so we can see it. And I bet you these are just noise spikes. $1,400 is the time. Oh, okay. Oh, Radio Geek's in there. How you doing? No radios for Christmas, unfortunately. Well, maybe you could say this one. the RSP1A here. This was sent to me from SDRplay, you know, for purposes of making videos and that kind of a thing, but nothing from the family. We kind of don't do anything for the adults anymore. We just do kids and stuff like that. Let's see, splatter, CB transmitter, high amounts of power. When I can hear South Carolina, yeah, you know, it could be a local CB or two causing that interference. Let's see. All right, let's go back here and see what we got. We got a lot at between 230 and, well, a lot of Asian stuff. Now, of course, this database is loaded from, well, we established in the Netherlands, so they're going to hear a lot of stuff east that we're not going to hear here, especially this time of day. Whoop, that's the one I wanted right there. Oh, I want to recenter that. Oh, okay, that's AM broadcast band. That's right. I don't think we'll hear that. Okay, well, now we got something there. Republic of Sudan. I don't know if we'd be hearing that or not, but you never know. Let's narrow that up a little. We got a couple of signals in there. Sounds like... Oh, well, no, okay, we're in the ham band, that's why. Yeah, we got a ham station coming in there, but... Let's try that. Wow, the noise floor went way up when we went there. I wonder what's going on with that. That's interesting. I'm guessing that's some sort of interference from in the house. All of that. But it's funny that it's right there at that frequency. Yeah, if we go up a little bit, it goes away. Boy, that's bad. Whatever that is. When you get your setup, we can do a Google Hangout or Skype, and I can help you with learning SWL. Yeah, we can try and do something like that. We'll have to see if we can set up a time or whatever and see. Like I said, I'm just a casual tune-arounder guy. I'm more in the technical end of it, and I usually fool with old radios and stuff, but yeah, we could do that. Yeah, we got something interesting going on here. Right around, maybe what we ought to do is kind of tune around a bit and see what we can figure out here. In fact, what I'll do is I'll widen this out a bit, and we'll see what we can see here. Yeah, if my neighbor's going to be on, and if he's on 40 meters, we'd see a large spike. Maybe we can do that. Well, we got a pretty loud one there, but that's out of the band. Yeah, that's weird. You can see that whole noise floor just pick right up at some time. No, I'm not from Tennessee. Yeah, I see. You see the license plate there. No, I have a few different license plates that all have 741 in them. No, I'm from Connecticut. I'm actually in the northeastern part of Connecticut, sort of near Massachusetts. But yeah, I like to. I sometimes make videos about working on my car and stuff, and I always put these over my real license plate. So I keep them around and throw them in the background on some of my videos. Yeah, you can kind of see that whole thing raised up at some point. Maybe he's not on 40. Maybe he's somewhere else. Well, it could be like Hunter said. Maybe I got a local CB'er. Maybe we got to go up there. Well, now there you go. What's that big spike? Well, he ain't local, but... Well, Northeast Massachusetts, you ought to be hearing that guy, Hunter. 741, well, there's two reasons for it. One, we'll kind of leave that as a mystery, but the other reason is that it seems like every time I look at the clock, it says it's 741, whether it's the morning or the evening. So that's one reason, but the other reason, we'll keep that a mystery. Yeah, we'll go through some of the bands. We got some spikes over here on 11 meters, though, don't we? Boy, we got some crazy stuff going on here. Let's see. Whoops. Oh, okay. I'm not looking at the screen here. Okay, that's channel 6. We always have a bunch of guys on 6, but that one over there is strong. What was that one? 32. 31. Well, he says he's in North Carolina, but I don't know if I believe him. Well, maybe he is. But I'm still interested to see what the heck is picking up the noise floor like that. Let's try 80. Let's see. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here. Yeah, you can just see it. It comes and goes. I don't know, maybe that's just the way this thing works. Let's see, 33, yeah. That's right, we could try that. Is it 330 or... Yeah, there it is. So there's Canada. That's coming in good. And there goes the noise level. And I've got the broadcast filter on. too, so that ought to help if it was a broadcast station. Just don't think it is. But you can almost hear something sometimes. When we tune off frequency, you can almost hear. If I widen it out. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, maybe it, I don't know if it has anything to do with that. Let's leave it like that for a bit. You're going to update your FT70 to add wires X to it. Now, I'm not familiar with what exactly the wires X does, as opposed to the Fusion digital mode. What's the difference between the two? Yeah, let's see. Oh, okay. It's just like an echo link thing. No updates on the Pirates. So that's coming in good. Let's, you know what? I want to see if my buddies are on here. Well, not really my buddies, but there's some guys on 80 here out of Long Island that I like to listen to sometimes. I'm going to bring this back down to that. These guys usually come in good. Okay, yeah, I don't use Echolink either that much. I've used it a little bit in the past just to try it, but again, I don't have anything against digital modes. Sometimes I'll hear guys on the radio, they're bashing the digital modes and it's not real radio and blah blah blah, and I don't agree with that sentiment. It is real radio to some degree. Maybe not so much Echolink when you're doing it cell phone to cell phone or something like that, but DMR, all that stuff, that's radio. It's just a different form of it. You've got the internet backbone, but I don't have anything against it. I just don't have any interest in it right now. But at some point, I will. Yeah, Echolink is radio. You're still using a repeater and stuff, but I've heard guys, one guy's on a cell phone somewhere, and he connects to an Echolink node, and the other guy's also on a cell phone and not on a radio. And yes, you're using the radios to some degree, but it kind of defeats the purpose. At least if one guy's on a radio with Echolink, it's better. But no, that's not how it's supposed to work. But I've heard it happen. Yeah, these guys can get going sometimes. But the DMR is interesting technology with all the talk groups and stuff. You can do a lot with it. We've had a couple demos at my radio club. There's a few guys that are into it, and it's definitely an interesting technology. Yeah, these guys can get going a little bit sometimes.
Busy, but good, productive. truck today. Oh. Yeah, because I got airbags, so whatever, the water was freezing up the solenoid, so they sent me an air.
You were using DMR before it was DMR. Yeah, well, it's, you know, it's a good system, and I know, like, around here anyway, D-Star kind of caught on first, and there were a lot of guys using D-Star, and that's an okay format too, but it's a little bit expensive, and it's proprietary. You know, the DMR is more open, and so that started taking off around here, and they've got quite a few repeaters set up for DMR now that all went up in a short amount of time. So that's kind of cool. I got nothing against the D-Star stuff, but it's always nice to have something that's a little bit more open sourced, I guess, and not necessarily dependent on one manufacturer. As I understand it, DMR is a little more open source. Maybe I have it wrong. Yeah, Echolink you can use with whatever you want. I'm thinking about D-Star, which is just ICOM. Well, maybe I think Kenwood's jumped on that now too, haven't they? Kenwood and ICOM have teamed up on D-Star. I don't know. They all have their strengths and weaknesses, I guess, and it's just going to take a little time for everything to kind of shake out.
I'll be in a location by then, another location by then, but that's when I won't have to worry about what time I go to sleep.
Sergio, I'm sorry, man. Mike's doubling on you. He might not be.
Yeah, it's funny. These guys will end up talking over each other and stuff.
All good stuff. But really good to hear you.
You got a pretty strong one there. That's pretty wide too. Oh, that's why. It's just noise. More noise. A lot of noise here. Let's see. D-Star was not made by ICOM. It was a guy from Japan who came up with D-Star ICOM. Oh, I see. Okay. But they have the exclusive rights to it at the moment, don't they? Well, I guess no. Kenwood has it now too, right? But the two of them sort of have blocked Yaesu out of it, so to speak, or other manufacturers. So we're getting 8 land here tonight from 1 land. That's not bad. It's funny, you can see we've got little signals popping up and scanning through there too. That's the neat thing about this, is you can see all that happening. Oh, okay, so D-Star was open. So I guess Yaesu just chose to go their own way then. Well, that makes sense. Instead of adopting a standard, they can be different than everyone just to be difficult. So the band sounds nice and quiet tonight. That must be a net or something. Oh, did you? That's cool. So, how did you meet him? Oh, you were in Japan. Okay. That would make sense. I'm going to go back up to 40 here for a minute.
Yeah, it does, but it only has, you only can create one port on that way, you know, because, anyway. Oh, that's, okay, fine. I would have to, well, I don't know, Chris has the same problem.
Yes, sir. I still have the same thing there, except where the flex is now being demoted to under the table, and instead I just installed the 7300.
Okay. So yeah, that's the hot radio now, the 7300. Those things must be flying off the shelves like hotcakes.
I'm using is a headset for aviation. So I think I have
Oh, Windows updates, yeah. It's funny, you get the Windows updates and you get them all done and rebooted, and the next day they want you to put more in. Screw the 7300, he says. You know, I don't want to go so far as to say that, but I don't know. The radio just doesn't do it for me from what I've looked at. I'm sure it's a fine radio, but I don't know if I want one. Hunter wants a KX3. Those are nice radios. I wouldn't mind having one of those. I actually have a K3 that I won at a Hamfest a few years back. It was the door prize, and I came home with it. Nice radio, only a 10-watt rig, but that's fine. I use it on 6 most of the time for local rag chew, and it works well. Yeah, you don't like the new, you like the old stuff. Yeah, you know, I'm sort of somewhere in between. I like the old stuff too. I never really got into the tube stuff that much. I have a few tube rigs here that need some work, and I'm not up on my tube theory. So I've got them kind of packed away so that someday when I have the time to really wrap my brain around it, I'll get them out and do the right kind of work on them. But until then, they're sort of waiting for me. But I like the old transistor stuff. I have some old portable transistor radios that I like to use. I got them kind of in the collection, and they're fun to bust out once in a while. Maybe I'll bring one of those out one night and we'll do a live stream with one of those. See what we can hear. Yep, the 7200s I've heard are good. I've never used one, but I've heard good things about those. Band sounds good now. We're not getting that weird noise floor bump anymore. Well, I just want to use this. Let's see. No number stations for us tonight. Well, maybe that's what we ought to do. I think we can search this. Isn't there a search? Find. Okay, looking for the wrong word. Let's see if we can hear any number stations. Whoops, what did I do? I wasn't supposed to do that. Okay. Well, that's going to change every time we move it. see, yeah, I guess you did. Just the band was moving around. More noise.
Read and comprehend and appreciate. I suppose I wanted to show a comparison between my life as a DJ in the
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you don't have to be licensed to know about radio. There's plenty of people that know a whole lot more about radio than me that don't have their licenses. Good friend of mine, he has his license, but he never gets on. And he's a great technician. A couple other guys I can think of, and my father, he was an avid shortwave listener. He's the one that convinced me to get my license when I was I was still a teenager when I got my ticket. And he never got licensed. I never could reciprocate and get him to do it. But actually, the best programmer I ever met never went to school for it either. I used to work with the guy. He was a self-taught database programmer, and the guy was phenomenal. He went to one semester at RPI for electrical engineering and got kicked out because he never did his homework. And but the guy could program anything. You know, he didn't even have to read the manual. He just would learn the language somehow. Now you're saying your school uses FRS radios. There was the school in the next town over, and they could very well still be using it. They use CB radio, AM, for their communications. Yeah, you know, the whole argument with the no-code text, I get it. I understand what they're saying, because there's plenty of guys that come up that really don't belong on the air. But it's not because they're no-code techs. It's just because they don't belong on the air. There's a lot of people that just can't do code. I learned code at one point when I upgraded to general. I was able to do about 13 words a minute or thereabouts receiving. I never could send it. I don't have the hand-eye coordination, and I just can't do it. I don't know why. But luckily, you're only tested on your receive ability. So I was able to pass at that point. Let's see. Scan around here a little more. What's this? Oh, okay. We're in the ham band again there. Yeah, you know, Andrew, I agree with that 100%. If you want to do CW, that's fine, but it's an outdated mode. Should you be aware of it? Yeah, you know, maybe learn a little bit about it. But there's so many other things out there that are, you know, more prevalent, and in this day and age are going to be used over CW in a disaster, say. That's usually everyone's argument, that CW is the only thing that's going to get through, but that's not the case anymore. You know, look at all the digital modes. What's the new one? JT8? You know, that type of thing. So, well, maybe old isn't the right word, Hunter. Maybe slow is the word. I don't know. Like I said, I don't have anything against it, but it's it's not, you know, I don't know. It's just not something everybody's going to know. Well, I guess neither are the digital modes. Not everybody's going to have the ability to pick up and receive them. But I don't know. Times change, and you have to kind of change things to keep up with it. Yeah, we're not going to hear that. Yeah, maybe someday I'll get back into CW if I have a lot of time and, you know, need something else to do. But I don't know. I just don't see it happening. I think I'd rather put my effort into doing digital modes or something, I guess, like that. Unfortunately for some people, but that's the way it goes. But I'm not going to bash those same code guys that don't even have a computer in their shack and don't want to be bothered, you know, that type of thing. But they'd be quick to, you know, bash us for not having a key. Oh, that's down on the AM, bro. Some of these I'm not paying attention. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, well, that's the thing, too. I mean, you can just send and receive CW through a program if you want to do that. In fact, there's some radios that'll receive CW right on the display, you know? You don't even need a computer. I don't know if it's real reliable, but I think my Elecraft does that. Let's see, what was I just gonna do? Oh, that was what I wanted to try. We were messing around with this the other night. I was gonna go up to the air band and see what I could hear. Come on, whoops. Why is this not moving now? Oh. Let's bring this up. Oops. See if we can hear anything on the airband here. Well, there's something over there. Actually, I'm going to bring this back down. Maybe I'll put that back there. Let's adjust this again. Yeah, I didn't Google Bradley yet. I thought their main tower frequency was 123, if memory serves me. But we're obviously not hearing anything there. Now we should see something. Let's widen this out again. And just kind of look for stuff. Okay, so Radio Geek is asking about the software. This is SDRuno, and as far as I know, that up until now, it was really only able to be used on the SDRplay devices, but I think they've recently opened it up so that it will work on other devices, but I don't know which ones or anything like that. You'd have to check their website. Yeah, let me bring this back down. The other night, I was on here, and I was hearing on this antenna too, which is a 40-meter dipole. I was hearing air traffic all over the place, and it was pretty interesting. I was hearing Boston and Providence and Bradley, which is the closest airport to me. Okay, so Andrew says no. I thought I read something earlier that they opened it up, that SDRuno was opened up to work on other stuff. Oh, you did say that. I misread it. Okay. I misread your comment there. Oh, what's that? Looking away. 1, 2. All right, well, we'll leave it there for a minute. Let me narrow that up a bit. See if we hear anything there. Actually, it looked like something was down there too, didn't it? So let's... Okay, now we're seeing some stuff there. Okay, 120.3. That's the one I'm thinking of. Well, we're hearing something there. I don't know what that is. And then there's something next to it. Or that's just noise. Oh, I guess there's something there too. No? Something there. Well, let's try 120.3. Actually, let me put this over here. Oh, what's that guy? There's a carrier there. Of course, I'm not right on it, am I? Well, oops, I keep doing that. Alright, let's leave it there for a minute. See if we hear anything out of Bradley. 123.95, 125.35. Dispatcher, okay. I think this is the main tower frequency. This is what I've listened to before. But, of course, this time of night, Hartford, Connecticut, not a lot going on, but you never know. One 27225 approach. Yeah, something's still going on here. Maybe this radio's a little wonky. Or maybe my antenna is. Yep, this is in AM mode right now. We can change the mode up here. And, yeah, I see you sending, you got 2 or 3 there actually. But I'm not seeing a whole lot. Like I said, the other night I was fooling around with this and you could just see all kinds of stuff going on. Yeah, like that. There's one. Or is that just a... I don't know. One, two, three, four, 5. That's an interesting frequency. Alright, we'll leave it there for a bit. Keep an eye on that. There's something just popped up there. That's... Whoops. I'm not looking at the right thing. 123... 3880 or something. Like I said before, Bradley, this time of night, this time of year, probably not a lot happening. But we can probably hear Boston and maybe Providence from here too. Might be worth checking those frequencies if you guys are looking them up. What's 118.15? Oh, okay. Let's see if we can see anything there. Nothing there. Oh, there's something. But, well, let me move this over here. There's something there, but we're not quite getting it. Yeah, no good. Yeah, you can almost see it. Narrow enough? Maybe we're not narrow enough. Is that FM? That's not FM, is it? No. Helicopters. 128. Oh, they're up higher. Okay. Let's go up higher then and see if we can see Boston. Zoom this guy back out. There we go. Look at that. Well, we can hear an open carrier there. I don't think that's oh yeah, turn. Oh, what the hell's going on? Huh. Let's see, what do you got? 1288, 12. Oh, let's go up a little higher then. There's almost a little something there. Probably too far down in the weeds to get it. One, 2, 4, 7, 2, 5. Okay. What's this guy? Okay, we got something there.
American 104, travel to is roughly 2 to 3 o'clock, and 6 miles converging north on a Honda, you got a 35 to 34.
So we got this guy. That's Boston, 12485. Yeah, okay. Oh, yep, okay. I suppose I could be looking these up too, but... Yeah, I'm impressed that we're here in Boston. I'm using a horizontally polarized 80 and 40 meter fan dipole. I could switch over to my 2 meter antenna and see if that works better. Whoops, I can turn that down. It's a little weak, but we're hearing it. Well, the 2 meter antenna is vertical, and it's also cut closer in frequency than my wire antenna is, so I thought maybe it'd be better, but okay, well, we won't change it. It's too much of a pain in the neck to get off the back of my radio anyway. Well, we're at least getting Boston. That's pretty good. Oh, something else popped up there. Hey, you finally got it, Hunter. That's great. All right, well, just for kicks, while we're up here, I think I'm gonna try 2 meters and see if anything's going on over there. Let's see, we automatically switched over to FM, so that's good. Let's get this down a little bit. Whoops. What the heck's going on here? Okay. Getting a lot of noise here. You can see the I was hoping maybe we'd catch a repeater. Well, maybe I'm too wide. No? No, FM. The frequency is that. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, there we go. That's my local repeater, but we're not going to hear anything on that tonight. Okay, Andrew. Hey, well, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for all the info and stuff. Good to have you here. Appreciate you stopping over while we just kind of fool around with this thing tonight. Oh yeah, I know they're always AM. Hey, there's Keith 1212. What's happening, man? Thanks for stopping in tonight. Okay, well, thanks again, Andrew. Appreciate you stopping in. We'll probably be in here for a little while longer anyway. Maybe not too much longer, but we'll stick around for a little while. I got my phone plugged in tonight, so the battery's not going to die. Let's see. Oh, we got a repeater there. Of course, that's just an ID. I don't know about anybody else, but the repeaters around here are dead a lot of times. except for commute time lately. There's one repeater here that's usually pretty active, but maybe I can't pick it up on this antenna that I've got hooked up right now. What's that one? 77. Oh, okay. That was just IDing. Something there? Yep. So we're getting a bunch of repeater IDs, but nothing to listen to. Let's try, just for the kicks, there's APRS. We can hear the APRS signals. There's a strong one. Those are all over the place. So we know it's working. Well, I guess we're not going to hear much there. So let's, I don't know, where else should we go? Try these again? Well, now that's interesting. I bet you that's my wireless router. Oh, there we go. Huh.
But can't you can regulate basically who you want to hire?
Whoops. Okay. So we're getting something here at 11. What are we at? 11,520, 11,530, something like that. I don't know what that would be. If we do that, it looks like, oh, EWTN, probably.
They'll have the formation that they need. Let me tell you. A lot of schools teach you how to make a living. Teach you how to make a life. Thank you so much. I commend it out there for making a statement, stepping out there. Thank you, dear heart.
God bless you, Beth. We appreciate the phone call.
All right, maybe what we ought to do is see if my buddies are on here again. We're getting kind of a high noise floor here. There's somebody there. Yeah, you know, unfortunately, that's the problem with the shortwave band these days, is it's all full of the religious stuff. And that's fine in moderation, but it's full of it now. All the good stations have gone off the air. So we're left listening to the ham guys talk now. Let's see. We'll go back up here.
I'll put my old phasing harness back on.
Oops.
So if you were just to convert to ladder line, you could use one dipole.
63.3.
A little bit longer than what you need for
Okay.
and you would be good to go all the way up to 10 meters with some open line.
Actually, you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to go back up here. Oh, this locks again. Well, here, let's bring this back up. So this was hopping a while ago, but now it's pretty dead. Here we go. That's probably a trucker. That's probably a local trucker driving by. Maybe not. Now we usually have a local group on this frequency here in Connecticut. And sometimes we'll hear them talk, but this doesn't sound local. Yeah, that's not local. That's coming in and out.
Yeah, that's kind of odd. Yeah, we were in here on side, man. Some guy said he was up here in Brunswick. He came in here. This thing looks good. But I was on the
That's another signal that was there. Yeah, even this died out. Well, of course, it is getting late, so that could be what's happening. At least it's getting late here. Maybe not for everybody is, but... Yeah, I don't know. That might be just about it here for tonight. I can't think of anything else to really tune into. Things are getting kind of dead. Yeah, we'll catch you later there, Radio Geek. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you again some other time here. Oh yeah, forgot to send you an email. Sorry, getting tied up with stuff. But if you think of it, you can look at the About page on my YouTube. And my email is there, so you can send me one if I don't get to it first. But yeah, I think we'll wrap this up here. I think I'll cut it now. Things are getting dead, so we'll catch everyone later. Yeah, well, I appreciate you stopping in. I don't know how many more of these I'm gonna do. Just kind of fooling around with it recently, and you know, I don't have to work this week, so I'm up a little later than usual tonight, and just kind of fooling around. So I still haven't decided if I like this live format or not. We'll see. I don't have a proper webcam or any of that sort of thing set up, but we'll go from there. Yeah, we'll catch you later, Keith. Thanks for tuning in. We'll look for you again. I'm looking forward to seeing your computer upgrades. I'm enjoying watching those. All your vintage stuff there brings me back to the old days. But yeah, I'll catch everyone later. Have a good night. I guess I'll sign out of here now.